It's that time of the lunar cycle that has a tremendous opportunity to impact you. Even if you're not really consciously tuned into the astrology or the placement of your time, your zodiac sign, and what it means and what it doesn't mean. So this is where you are tuned into Moon in Me and understanding that each cycle is pertinent. It's important. This full moon, okay, always, just like every other full moon, gives you the opportunity to release something or to let go of something. This one's a little bit different. And the reason why is that it gets amplified because it's a supermoon. So if you go, even if you don't have the Moon in Me notebook, which is, by the way, one of the greatest resources and channeled pieces there is, okay, you want to understand just the basic fundamental information. It's a supermoon because it's the closest to the earth. So what does that mean? The vibration, the frequency, the light is amplified. You go and you look at the moon and you go, wow, that's really magnificent. So I want to talk to you about the wow factor of this lunar cycle so that you are able to not tune in. It's more like sort out. You know, tuning in is you trying to find the frequency or the vibration. Sorting out is you saying, I don't need this anymore. Oh, I want this. Oh, I remember that. That's the piece here. So the wow factor is sort out. If I don't have any other better words to explain to you versus you tuning in to what's there. There's a lot there. This moon is super, super intensive. It's not only you that's feeling it, everyone's feeling it at every level and degree of evolution, elevation, and on the flip side of it, okay, delusion, all right, deprivation. It just goes down and down and down. So you've got to understand those contrasts exist because of your rays of light and the law of correspondence. Okay, so, and that's what you being on the thread of Moon and Me just starts raising your intuition and your understanding. The ones that are doing it, they tend to ride the wave, and they're riding the wave, so you're getting the experience, you're getting the wisdoms, you're getting the pulses already, even before it's happening, because now you are already tuned in. You can't keep on tuning into something. You can refine it, but once you're tuned in, you're tuned in. Now, this supermoon in Aries, okay, and Aries being the commanding I am thread, which is I am, okay, raises this intensity and this boldness of possibility. Okay, so in short, if you read the channel piece that I sent out, it's literally telling you stay super, super focused on what you're saying. I am happy, right? Then stay like that. Don't go, I'm happy, but I'm really not feeling great. Don't cancel out what you're trying to sort out. Okay, just focus and take yourself to allowing yourself to be streamlined so that you're able to continue the momentum. If you go, I like it, but you're taking out your sorting out piece and you're splitting it. Now you've got all these veins or all these added extra pieces, okay, where the full moon is saying, just dump it, let it go. You've got to sort it out, but just let it go, right? And that's where it comes in, where we're just not brought up emotionally to let stuff go. We are that Velcro piece that is emotionally tuned into our stories or our inhabiting patterns of, emotional experiences that we've experienced. And either there's a part of fear that keeps on, remembering what we've gone through, or we are already healed and we're still playing the record over and over and over again. So it's different for different people, but you're going to figure out exactly where you are by this specific statement. And I was just talking to Dana early on with regards to, she wanted to go, well, what does this say about Jupiter? And as I go into Jupiter, I want you to understand the planets are there as symbols and wisdoms and divine placements of truths for us to sort out our own destiny map plan. Okay? Your astrological chart is just the ingredients for your success. It's not your success. You are the one that's going to have to go in and roll up your sleeves and go take the inspired actions. So there are actions that will take you to an elevated space, and there are actions that don't. This full moon tells you and inspires you, okay, sort it out. Sort the things out that make you feel happy. And the reason why is because Jupiter...
Well, actually what you say is Jupiter is playing a big role to get you to happy and changing beliefs and not the behaviors. Look at you, not anyone else.
Right. Very, very big role. Right. Why? Because there's no sorting out who gets this and who doesn't. Everyone gets this big send of happy. Okay? Now you have to listen to this. Right? You're going to get the segment of just energy, and in that moment you go, oh my God, I'm happy. But it's not going to come in as I am happy, right? That's the Aries sign. The Aries sign is saying I am. Your thread count is what's your I am presence, right? So for me it's I create. So what am I creating that makes me happy, right? So I've got to go look now, sort out in my own life and in my own world what's making me happy, or what have I created that is not making me happy, right? So, but Jupiter is giving you this segment and this pulsation of happy. Now you're going to get it. You're going to receive it. Everybody is. Your tattletale signs, or your signs that are going to let you know you're not there, is what do you believe is not making you happy by the way you are behaving, right? So I was explaining this, and this is what you've got to understand. Everyone's getting happy. Now, not to be happy, not to feel happy, not to create happy, not to think happy. Everyone's getting happy. Jupiter's going, yeah, it's happiness for everybody. But it's not happiness. It's not happening. It's happy. So it could come in a single moment or of a reflection of something you've wanted, and you're just looking at the sun, you go, oh, I'm so happy. And in that moment, you've got to see how that sinks in and lines up. Because if you give that moment up and you're looking at somebody else, it goes. And the reason it goes is because the awakening aspect of the lineup of planets right now, okay, with Saturn and Uranus, which I talk about, these are teaching matters. These are karmic matters, meaning that there is a cause and effect, and that you're growing and you're evolving, and you've come here to learn from yourself. People that come into your life are there by either agreements or contracts or influence or something, but they're there, right? And they're not always there as a mirror effect. You have to, I talk a little bit about that I'm going to talk a little bit about that in Knowing You, in the segment that's coming up, so that you can know a little bit more. This is about this cycle that's running for these 3 days, and then the next 3 days that follow, and the next 3 days that follow after that, and then the next 3 days that follow after that. Why? Because it's all sequential. Okay, we're at an end of a cycle. We're at an end of an eclipse season. We're at an end of a change of season. Okay, so in this hemisphere, we're moving into autumn. Right? In other hemispheres, you're moving into spring. So it's a change of season. And in the awakening, there's also a change of there's a change of book, right? And that is where all this lineup of all these moons that we've had, okay, this is a new beginning. This is why Jupiter is sending it to everybody. It's like a clean slate. You are getting the bounty. Listen to this. You're getting all of that you've asked for. You are getting happy. What you've got to sort out, remember, sort out, not attuned to. You're not the radio station. The radio station's already active. You've got to sort out what right now are you believing, okay, what that you are acting out that is either supporting happy or it is deflecting it, okay? And that could be through avoidance, that could be through denial, that could be through resistance, that could be through a whole lot of different things. And so I speak about this in what I've written to you, that I want you to pay attention. For the very, very first time, okay, Mars is sitting independent, right? So what this creates is the sense of independence, okay? This is huge in the spiritual awakening as a sacred moment of self-realization, because this is how I want you to see it. So one, who is Mars and what does Mars represent? And that's why the notebook is so resourceful. You start reading it and you start getting all these pulses. But Mars is your warrior lord, right? It's your warrior energy, okay? It's the one that's going to go to war. It's the one that is going to create the peace treaty with all the other planets. Say, just for this time, I'm going to put up my white flag. But this lunar cycle, okay, in this full moon, which is a supermoon, so it means that everything is very close, everything is very intensified, right? You are going to get an opportunity, okay, to understand that everything you've asked for, it's already been given. It is your belief system that is standing in the way, or it could be your behaviors that are triggering a false turn, a false churn, or a false, what's the word I want to use? Like a false command. Like it's just going, right? It's just churning. And sometimes it's like driving. You're just driving, right? You're not even thinking that you're driving. And you go, what did I do that? That's exactly what you've got to sort out. What are you not consciously aware of that is making you unhappy? Because it's coming from the inner churning, okay, of the mind, not the heart. If it is the heart, then you've got to sort it out in a different way. Why? Because Uranus and Venus, okay, have an agreement that there is a seed of, let's call it a seed of love, right? But there is a seed that is being implanted for you to be happy in your relationship, independent of other relationships that you have. This is huge, because this is how we grow and evolve. So now you're talking about, with everything that's going on the planet, everything that's going on right now, and this intensity, okay, we all are being given. There's no choosing. Everyone gets the segment of happy, right? It is this space, okay, that you get to understand that you belong to your destiny. It is in this space that you also get to see, okay, why am I feeling the way I'm feeling? Because that counteracts and that gives you like a spotlight, okay, of awareness without the fight. Now, let me explain this a little bit more so that you get this. If you're feeling like angry and you're getting like distorted, that's the shadow lower energy. Now, I'm going to explain it like this so that you get this. So the ego is split, right? So you have the ego that is saying, I can do this, I can have this, I want this, I'm the best, I'm the creator of my life. Go for it. It's this ego here that is devastated. It's suspended in the I am of Aries, okay, and it wants to fight. But because it can no longer fight in the way the archetype energy is coming forward, it's now creating inner conflict with the self, and it's now the victim because your higher self is being given happy. So there's something there that is victimizing you, okay, to feel the way you are. And I'll go do a little bit more of this in My Name is Vanda so that you can get this, because this is not a moon in me one time 3-day thing. This is a Uranus thing. This is like, no, this is not Uranus, this is Saturn, okay? Saturn's in the house and it's the teacher, and it's the teacher of wisdom and light and your lessons. And you've got to understand this. We are being brought together to start cancelling our karma. And karma meaning the cause and effect. We are called to being present and being in tune and in our present state of being. If you're unhappy of things that happened in the past, you're going to get split. And you're going to land up at the bottom of this victim pod, okay, because the past is no longer, and it's void. So have you ever seen that people, have you ever seen movies that, people just falling into this like endless pot or whatever? It's kind of a reality, okay? And you'll get a sense of where you are. But that's what I want to leave you with, is be present to how you are feeling and the state in which you're feeling. Now, be also discerning, okay, because this is not a time, it all depends how you've created things. If you've been in a place and you've just allowed, a whole lot to happen, well, then you've got to be responsible for a whole lot to be showing up and a whole lot to be continuously happening, because it's got no structure, it's got no discipline, there's no obedience, there's, it's like a free-for-all, okay? So there's no routine, there's no organization. And it's not that it's not, it's more of a self-realization of inner ability, okay, to create order within, because we are creatures of habit, right? Sooner or later the tables turn, and it's what's inside of you that's going to reflect, right? So if you've been brought up to have understanding, have compassion, be peaceful, know that there is goodness, your core values are always going to be ingrained in you, all right? So when disobedience shows up, or somebody shows up and they disturb that flow, it's not about you fighting it, but it's also about you just learning to stand up and bring balance, because that's what I write at the end of this piece here. We're in the month of October, we're not in the month of September. So every month has its energy. And October is coming in with Libra. And Libra is starting to bring you that projection of what would bring balance, okay, to this happy. What needs to be reorganized. So it might sound as if it is confusing, but it's not. If you've been doing Moon and Me for a while, this is like cherry picking now. This is like, wow. And if you're just jumping in and doing Moon and Me now, or if you've never heard of Moon and Me and you go, what is this about? This is about you. This is about the quality of our vibration, of your frequency, understanding that astrology is one thing. How you interpret astrology, okay, through ChatGPT or any programs out there is no consciousness in that, okay? And you have to have inner discernment to understand that your rhythmic cycles and your cycles are okay, to be brought into alignment with your destiny call. Your natal chart is a map, okay? It is your inner wisdoms that are going to count. You are the one that's going to understand what you truly desire and what you're yearning for. You're also going to understand, okay, that in the midst of chaos and confusion and a lot of noise, right, if you're not super focused, you could let go of the greatest jewels that life could bring you, which is self-realization, okay, into a relationship that could be everything, a relationship between you and your soul contracted partner. Imagine the noise is so loud and the past has been so hectic and the past has been so tumultuous and so deceptive and intrusive and chaotic and expressive and rich in a lot of different ways, and you woke up and you're on the other side of the river versus on this side where your family line, your destiny line, and your grandchildren would prosper. I mean, this is big. People are reactive to the noise versus responding to the inner world of divinity. This is a big one. This is really, 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 really big because Jupiter is big. It's giving happy. Who doesn't want to be happy? I want to be happy. I am happy. Well, I am happy when I'm in the flow. And when I'm not in the flow, I'm happy that I have the tools and discernment, okay, that I know I can get there. And then I'm the one who's going to go choose which raft or which route I'm going to take, dependent on my values and what I choose to do. Now that is creative empowerment. Okay, that's that piece there that brings you understanding why the zodiac is important, because it places you in these different houses, right? And these houses have constellations and they have frequencies and they have wisdoms and vibrational magnetic charges, okay, to your core cellular DNA and cellular structure. It's just magnificent. There's no inner map out there that has more possibility of you tuning in and becoming this incredible light force for humanity. But you have to start with you, and you have to go figure out that you belong, and you belong to your own tribe and to your own zodiac and to your own date and to your own birth and your own chart. And these rhythms are important. These lunar cycles are important because you are part of God, the creator, and God is with you and you are with God. So it's like, are you listening to the sun and to the moon? And I'm not meaning the moon, I'm meaning your own emotional data, right? That's that full moon expression, yeah, for you to just breathe in, keep it simple. I'm going to leave you with this. You're going to get that moment that happy is there, and then you're going to see your behavior against that happy. Is it supporting for happy to stay and expand, or are you taking happy out of your own happy? Interesting, huh? Okay. Be a superhero and take charge.